Mama, that show coming on, you like?
I don't like that bullshit.
He already started.
I don't know why the hell you telling me.
Dennis Sperling. That show, mama, you know what I'm talking about.
Copy him.
Mama, that go that man, he just talk a lot of shit. He be up late at night, tuning into all his hits. See my grandmama hate him, and my mama and my TD getting mad, posting comments like we watching real TV. Mama, that go that man, yelling from that nigga, what? He successful attorney on the two, be turning up. We be turning up, we turning up, yeah. We be turning up, yeah, turning up. It's that real spit, like some barbershop talk. Except it's real black men that be walking for me. Intelligent, well versed. Sometimes we might curse, well we cuss a lot. Just like these lovely ladies fuss a lot. Switch it up, tell these indies suckers gotta pick it up. Move along, me and you ain't brothers, not the womb I'm on. Cross-examination on in the chat room. All the trolls with the disrespect, we in the back room. Huffing and you sucking up the air like a vacuum. Daddy disappeared, told you baby I'll be back soon. I just represent us cause the system can't afford it. I'm your homie, I'm your brother, sometimes a court appointed. Anointed, know you hate it, but I give you fair chosen. Just like Jesus in the house of God, kicking chairs over. Suit and tie soldier, give the cold shoulder. The hate and you talking, not a fucking stain on me. Watch your dame homie, I got that change on me. Black rich, I don't give a shit, bet your dame want me. Mama, they go that man, he just talk a lot of shit. He be up late at night, tuning into all his hits. See my grandmama hate him.
That's my business. You ain't got a goddamn thing to do with it.
And my mama and my TD getting mad, posting comments like we watching real TV. Mama, they go that man, he talk a lot of shit. He be up late at night, tuning into all his hits. See my grandmama hate him, and my mama and my TD getting mad, posting comments like we watching real TV. Mama, they go that man. Mama, that go that man. Mama, that go that man. Yeah. Mama, that go that man. Gotta watch your back, even family that's amongst you. Got a slut ass auntie and a cool ass uncle. Kinda won't front you, but let you ride the whip around the block like you stunts. Don't do a lot of bumping. When your mama call when her ex-man jumping, all you see is feet and her ex-man stumping. That's my Uncle D, that's why the Blizzard King coming. Hot girl winter, Blizzard King summer. My we's a coming, no singing and no humming, talking we shall overcome it. Got him leaking, I'm the plumber. My nigga made Zoom look cool, yeah you funny. What else Uncle D gotta prove more money? Overlook the tunes, if gotta shun him. Brotherhood over any woman, cause if she play her role, then she fam, then she good. When we say brother, my sister, we mean the hood. Now homie pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. Reeking with your knowledge, addition, just how you want. He just run his mouth and that bullshit we debunk. In a sunken place, he's thinking that drunk. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. Brand good, suit and tie, lawyer reppin' manhood. He don't tap dance, he overstand, he playing good. Titles don't get it, most of us getting ambushed. Mayonnaise, clam bush, buck broken, man tush. Woke up in the morning, got walk, that's on my mind. Peace can only come when you're low and order divine. I stay entwined, you keep a criminal mind. How you think I shine and stay from falling behind? He got open eyes and can't see it, he blind. You nice all the time, they tell you water is wine. Slaughter all your sons and leave your daughters behind. All she wanna do is flash that big behind. The music is the garbage they use to take you down. You used to rap intelligent, now you rapping like clowns. My prerogative, you thinking like Bobby Brown. Rest in peace to Whitney, Christina, that's underground. Wake up years later, you've been around. Water up to your neck and watching you as you drown. How you scoring touchdown again and you out of bounds? All the black men getting passports out of town. Homie pop out the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We get some good knowledge, your dish is just how you want. He just run his mouth and that shit we debunk. And that tongue in place, he singing that good song. He don't even drink it, I tell you that the drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink it, I tell you that the drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. My Uncle D, 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 favorite uncle, Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, favorite uncle, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my favorite uncle, Blizzard King, Uncle D, Uncle D, Uncle D, my favorite uncle, what? Uncle D, my favorite uncle, my Uncle D. My Uncle D, yeah, Uncle D.
What up, baby? What's happening? Somebody hit the number one button. Somebody type in the chat room, Uncle D. Somebody type the Blizzard King in the chat room. What's happening, family? What's up? I hope everybody's having a great morning, noon, evening, midnight, wherever you are around the world. Shout out to Chi-Town. Shout out to H-Town. Man, shout out to New York, shout out to the West Coast, LA, Oakland, San Diego, all my people in VA, all my people in Baltimore. Be more, got love for you. I think I might be headed up to Baltimore in about a week or two. Big shout out to everybody, man, down south, man, where you in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, South Kakalaka, North Kakalaka. All my folks over in the motherland. I see we got some people from Ghana up in here, man. We chilling. Let me know where you are. Where you at right now, man? Go ahead and type where you are right now, man. Type your hometown. Let me know where your mama's from. Come on, man. Type it in the chat room. Where my folks at? All my folks over in Great Britain and the UK. Shout out to everybody down in Australia. I know I had a big following in Australia for a minute, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Good to be up in here. It's a pleasure to be able to have a voice, to be able to knock down some of these inaccuracies. You know what I'm saying? It's just an honor and a privilege to be able to do that, man. I really do appreciate that, man. That's a wonderful thing. You guys, yeah, man, check in, man. Y'all go ahead and check in. London, Philly, Rose Hall, Jamaica, Mombasa, Kenya, San Diego, Harrisburg. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Well, anyway, my name is Dennis Sperling. I'm the Blizzard King. Uncle D, you know, I've been doing this now for a couple of years on YouTube, and I started off on Facebook, and you know, for the most part, this page is one where Black men chop it up. You know, everybody's welcome. I see people all the time from all around the world, but for the most part, the brothers chop it up. I know I got some Latino followers and subscribers. I got some white followers and subscribers. I got Asian, I got Arab, everybody's up. We got some ladies up in here. And, you know, this is where men come to speak, where Black men come to speak. And, you know, that's what we do here, man. Shout out to everybody over on the Blizzard King page. If you're on the Blizzard King page over there, type BK in the chat room. Everybody on the Dennis Sperling page, type DS in the chat room as you come in so I can keep count. Tonight, fam, and if you're on Facebook, man, do people still use Facebook? I mean, is Facebook still popping? I mean, like, my God, I don't ever see much going on Facebook anymore, man. Is Facebook, is it gone? You know what I'm saying? Has it gone the way of MySpace? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but Shout out to my fiance for bringing me this jelly jar. That's how I keep these silver vocal cords loosened up so we can chop it up. But anyway, the link, the Cash App is open. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a little something different, man. I'm gonna throw the Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo, all that's open and popping. We also have the Super Chat popping, the Super Likes, man. All of that is going. And if you will, I'm gonna go ahead and get it cracking. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a cautionary tale. As you can see, tonight's broadcast is entitled "Another Innocent Black Man Vindicated." #Brick Lady. We have another development in this situation, man. And the young man who was accused, you know, I empathize with the brother. His name is Olan Douglas. He's here in Houston, Texas. I never met him. I don't know him, but I know some people that do know him. But either way, this very intriguing story is a stark reminder of the digital age's pitfalls. We're talking about Miss Osmond, Ro Osmond, better known as Brick Lady, who claimed that a man attacked her with a brick simply because she didn't want to hand over the digits. This story, folks, spun a social media whirlwind that fattened a GoFundMe account by $40,000. Understand me? But hold up. The plot thickens. Dum-da-da-dum. As Olan Douglas steps into the spotlight with a narrative that flips the script, challenging Osmond's account and putting the spotlight on the inconsistencies that beg for a closer look. Now, this young man appeared on Fox, and the young lady that interviewed him, she put the whole situation under a microscope, revealing that the story we got might not be the full picture. Now, court documents are poking holes in Osmond's version, showcasing a pattern that's become all too familiar in today's quick to judge society. Somebody type quick to judge in the chat room. Somebody type quick to judge in the chat room, okay? Somebody type quick to judge in the chat room. This is interactive TV, okay? We interactive YouTube, so get your little Twitter fingers ready. We like to type up in here. Now, Douglas's recount of that fateful night at the Liquid Lounge paints a picture of an encounter gone south, not because of some rebuffed advances, but a confrontation that spiraled out of control with security footage to back up his story. This isn't just about who did what, it's bigger. It's a bigger conversation about the narratives we buy into and the real life consequences they carry. Douglas isn't playing the victim card. No, somebody type victim card in the chat room. Somebody type victim card in the chat room. That's not what he's doing. He's shining a light on a systematic issue where accusations fly without accountability, leaving reputations in ruins and lives in limbo. He's considering taking this battle to court, not just for the sake, not just for his own sake, but for anyone else who found themselves on the wrong side of false claims. So what's the takeaway here? Simple. It's real simple. Think critically. In a world where stories spread like wildfire, it's on us to sift through the smoke. Douglas's story isn't just a personal ordeal. It's a wake-up call to the dangers of digital mob justice. Somebody type mob justice in the chat room. And more importantly, it's important to hold truth power. You understand me? Now, without further ado, I'm going to break down this video of this young man appearing on Fox News, and we're going to dissect his issues and his mistakes. Because see, look, no matter what people say, it takes two to tango. I'm not saying the young man did anything wrong by any means, but I do want to point out some things that I think if I was a father or uncle, which I am, somebody type Uncle D, how this situation could have been avoided or de-escalated. All right? So y'all kick back and let's take a little listen to this.
The viral brick lady claiming a man hit her in the face with a brick. Now that man is telling his side of the story. You're watching Fox 26 Crime Files. I'm Abigail Dye. That video went crazy online, and this woman who made more than $40,000 off a GoFundMe is charged, accused of making the whole thing up. Her real name is Rhoda Osmond. She claimed a man hit her with a brick because she wouldn't give him her number. She posted the video months ago, and it went viral.
I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no.
Why is it that when a woman cries, why is it that when a female cries, everybody just wants to run to her aid? Do y'all remember a couple years back when they had those young white girls who would get on TV and they would get on YouTube or TikTok and they would just fake tears, and then the next thing you know, they'll just dry their tears up? You know what I'm saying? A woman's tears ain't worth. That's not how you should judge the veracity of a story just because a woman is crying. Most of y'all are simps, and that's your main problem. All the woman has to do is cry, and you're gonna come to her aid. That's what your other thing you need to understand, fam. You know, so part of that is y'all's problem. Just keep that in mind. But anyway. Let's go ahead and keep listening to this.
She ended up stacking up more than $42,000 on a GoFundMe with the story. Now it's called a total scam. Court records say Osmond called police reporting the incident, saying Olan Douglas was the man who hit her. But she changed her story multiple times, and police say they got security video of the incident that showed Osmond hitting Douglas, then Douglas hitting her back, saying the video didn't match Osmond's claims. The document goes on to say this isn't Osmond's first scam, saying in 2020 she made a GoFundMe claiming a man hit her in Minneapolis. But police there say there's no record of her being assaulted. Osmond is now charged with theft by deception.
So this woman has a history, okay? She has a history of doing it. So the whole internet jumped to this woman's side, not knowing anything about it. This woman has a whole history of running these sort of hustles, okay? Now let's listen to what the young man has to say.
At this time, I am joined now by the man accused of throwing the brick, Olan Douglas. Thanks for being here. I know
thank you for having me.
Of course. I know it's been a couple crazy months for you. So first, just tell us, how did you meet Osmond?
I want you to look at the brother. Brother sitting there with his legs crossed. He looks really relaxed. Now, it's my understanding that he was riding in a Rolls Royce, okay? I don't know if that's true or not, but I could see why a woman would want to target him, okay? Somebody type "get the bag" in the chat room. Somebody type "get the bag" in the chat room, okay? Go ahead, type "get the bag" in the chat room, okay? Let's keep listening.
Well, originally we was at I was at a club called Liquid Lounge. At the time, I was in my section, and the first time I met her is I seen her. She was standing up.
I want you to peep this out. He says he was in his section, and hear what else he has to say. I'm in my section, and he's gonna point out somebody said it was a Maserati. Okay, that's cool. Very expensive foreign car. He's in his section. Hear the game that she runs down to him. Okay, and fellas, every time you hear this story and you hear a red flag, I want you to type red flag in the chat room, and I want to see if we're on the same page.
And she had a ski mask on that showed her eyes.
In the club, was wearing a ski mask, a full face covering ski mask.
Yeah, it was like a designer ski mask, so it kind of matched the outfit.
Okay, interesting.
And you can only see her eyes, but it was kind of cool. So she was with her friend, actually.
All right, first off, you in a hot club in Houston, Texas, in sometime in October. That's a red flag. This woman has a ski mask on, not a mask like a COVID-19 mask. No, this woman has a whole ski mask on. Now, let me tell you what I can already tell you right now. What I can already tell you is, and I ain't really got a good look at this yet, at Brickface, but Brickface is probably voluptuous. She's probably thick. You see what I'm saying? She probably has a nice looking shape. Because oftentimes, fellas, you'll look past all these red flags if a woman is fine. And that's how we get ourselves in so much trouble. Now, I want you to hear the game that she runs down to him, which is certified elbow pimp game. I want to listen to what she tells me.
So when I went and approached her, I said, "Would you like to sit down?" When she kind of came to my section, she was like, "I'm not going to sit down because, unless all these girls leave." So then I told her, "Well,"
you hear that? She's standing up in a hot club with a ski mask on, and he invites her over to his section that's paid for, where you can sit down. And she says, "I'm not going to sit down over there unless you make all the other women in your section leave." So now you already peep game, fellas. This woman has a plan. It's not that she thinks she's too good, and maybe that is some of that too, but you are trying to get this man isolated and by himself, so you can say something happened and there won't be any witnesses around. She don't really care if his friends are around, his male friends, because she already knows that as a woman, they're going to believe her before they believe him. They're going to believe her before they believe his friends. You understand? Even if it was another man around who wasn't his friend, they'll believe the woman over the man, especially if it's a black man involved. Look at what happened to that young man up in New York, King the Conqueror. Those white dudes was like, "Man, she looked fine to me." That evidence didn't even come in. They weren't even allowed to testify. This man might be doing a year in jail for at best running away from a woman through the Manhattan streets. Listen, now here's his response to her.
"Well, I guess you're going to be standing up." And that was the first interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So let me lay the context down. He went up and approached her. "You like to come sit in the section?" Obviously, he didn't just get up and leave his section and walk clean across the club. I hope he didn't do that. I'm assuming she was somewhere near his section where he could see. He might have went out. "Hey, you want to come sit in this section?" She said, "I'm not sitting over there until all those girls leave." In other words, I want to be over there by myself. I don't want to have to share a space with the girl. And he said, "I guess you're going to be standing up then." That should have been the end of the conversation right there, bro. That's a wrap on that. She's done for the night. We don't need to talk to her no more. She's not here for a good time. You understand me? Shout out to my man 43TX. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. And the Cash App too. Thank you so much. Thank you for being the first one to set it off. Boom. There was a simp online who posted her posterior with a caption that was somewhere along the lines of "Brick Lady didn't do no wrong." Right. Yeah, that you weak. You weak, brothers. You're weak for it. Let's keep listening.
And from there, I seen her when we were leaving.
Okay, so you done spent the whole night in the club. You chilling. You in the section. It's a mandatory that you buy some drinks. So I can already assume that you've been sipping. You understand what I'm talking about? You've been sipping. You feeling good. The clubs here in Houston close about 2. Probably about 2:10, they turn the lights on. 1:50, they turn the lights on. About 2:10, you in the parking lot. Okay, now check this out.
So I've never met her before after that. I never even got her name in that situation.
And
but you still came and spit at her again. So you couldn't let it go. You already had 2 red flags. And I'm not knocking this young brother. This is just a learning lesson from us, fam. I want y'all to understand something. You already got a couple of reds. She in the club with a ski mask on. You ask her to come sit down. She don't want to sit down. It told you got to get rid of everybody else who's already with you for you to sit down. And then on top of that, you already tell her to kick rocks. Like, I guess you're not going to be sitting down. Now it's just adversarial, but you can't let it go. You see what I'm saying? You can't let it go. So listen to this other thing.
So that was the same night that this alleged brick assault happened. Now let's fast forward to that. Tell me your side of the story. What happened?
So
mind you, he don't know this broad. Okay, let's keep listening.
what actually happened is that when we went outside,
The security guard is getting everybody up out of here. All right, y'all don't know where y'all gonna go, but y'all got to get up out of here. Bam.
we went outside together. So I seen her outside, and then we were with a group of people. So we were saying that we're gonna go to an after-hour spot.
All right, listen.
And
All right, I want y'all to understand something. This is Houston, Texas. If they're in the city of Houston proper, that means the only after-hour spots are strip clubs. Okay? The only after-hour spots open past 2 a.m. in Houston, Texas are strip clubs. Now, he might not want to mention that on TV, but I know it. Everybody who hangs around in these Houston streets knows. You left the club, you left Liquid Lounge, and now y'all gonna go head over to Richmond Avenue or go hang out somewhere where the scribbles be at, right? And this is the proposition you gave to old girl. You see what I'm saying? So that lets you know what her mindset was if she cool with it, you know? She not new to this. Let's keep listening.
Do y'all wanna ride with us to the after-hour spot?
See, that's the problem. Now somebody said, no, that's not true, Uncle D. Bro, okay, where's the other after spots that's open at 2 a.m. that you want to go to with strangers that you don't know? Huh? You want to go to the strip club and let the strippers do half the work for you. So by 3:30, they already revved up and hot, man. I done ran that game down, man. You let the strippers do all the work. You floss a little bit, and if don't nothing pop off, you still got the strippers in the VIP section. You understand what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking. You don't know who I am, baby. You clearly don't know who Uncle D is. It ain't no spots worth going to other than the strip club. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, let's keep listening.
This time, as we were walking, she actually started trying to get in fights with the other female that we were with, right? So,
bro, that's like your 4th red flag right there. She's trying to pick a fight. You can't see that. That booty must have been real good looking. That must have been a fine, jiggly booty woman that was walking with the ski mask. You don't even know what she looked like. She could have looked like a mud duck. But somebody type mud duck in the chat room. Somebody type mud duck in the chat room. Go ahead. Somebody type barracuda in the chat room. Come on now. She could have looked as ugly as the bottom of Bigfoot's foot. And you ain't know. You was just looking at that ass, though. That's what my man said. You was looking at that booty. You know what I'm saying? That's what you was looking at. You didn't see her face. She out here picking fights. Don't want to sit in your section. You know what I'm saying? She in there with a ski mask on. Come on, bruh. There's too many red flags. Let's keep listening.
Because the girl looked at her. So at that moment, I thought that was kind of weird.
Okay, so she was being a little aggressive in
She's
nature.
being very aggressive, very just loud and kind of combative to
and
other
still,
people.
This is a stranger to you.
Yeah,
this is someone you had
stranger to
just
me.
met.
Yeah.
This is a stranger, and you tolerating all this from a stranger, bro. Let's keep listening.
Someone we just met. So we're in a little group. So she kind of chased that girl off the group, and then as we're going in,
so she got you isolated again. And let me tell you what women do. Oftentimes, women try to establish dominance. Who's gonna be in charge? You see what I'm saying? Now, I want you to understand what's being said here. He don't know this broad, But listen how he describes the situation. She ends up sitting in the front seat of his vehicle. And somebody said it's a Maserati. I don't know what it was, but for the most part, she has worked her way to the alpha female position, running off the other women who were gonna go with her. And now she's got this man isolated. It's a lot of game going on up in here. I'm just saying, let's keep listening.
To the into the car to go to get ready to go to after hour. We went inside, and then as we're in the car, she kept just being really loud. And not only that, unfortunately, my friend wasn't really feeling her friend. So, I just asked her to leave.
My friend wasn't feeling her friend. So apparently it was 3 girls, and she was there with her friend, and he had his friend, and his friend wasn't feeling her friend. So he must have been the only one. Old boy's like, man, I ain't taking one for the team. She ain't that good looking. I know you want to holler at old girl with the ski mask on, but I'm not feeling this booger wolf that I'm sitting next to. That's basically what it sounded like having. And so he gave him the signal, we up out of here. You see what I mean? He's like, okay, you can leave. But she loud, you done already let the broad in your car, man. You done already let this broad in your car. You don't know this broad. You got the four red flag broad in the front seat of your car, and your boy's in the back seat with old girl, and he looking at her like, I mean, I'm just peeping it out. Let's keep
hey,
it.
If you don't mind, can you just leave? So from asking her to leave, she got.
If you don't mind, if you just get out of my car. She already in it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep listening.
Really angry and aggressive. She started kicking me. We're at the point where I'm getting out the car to let her out. But as soon as I let her out,
he getting out the car to open the door to bring her out the car. That's what it sounds like to me. I got to go over here. I done open the door and let her in. Now I got to open the door and get her out of my car. She's in the car. You see what I mean? They didn't walk. Hey, you want to go to the after hour spot? Where y'all going? We going to whoop-de-whoop. Okay, come on, hop in. He opening the door up for the broad. You see what I'm saying? She done hopped in the car. Of course, you in the VIP section because you in the Maserati. You certainly are not going to park up the block and around the corner. As soon as you walked out, you went, doo-doo. She see what kind of car you riding in. Got me one. You see what I'm saying? Keep listening. My man, Black Wall Street. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yes, they was about to hit a lick. You see what I'm saying? They was trying to hit a lick, man. They saw a sucker, and they was trying to play him. You know what I'm saying? Thank God the little brother had cameras on his side. Let's keep
inside
listening.
the car. She instantly starts hitting me. So she hit me one time, and then she was going to hit me again. And
hit. You understand?
Then I try to block it. And from blocking it, that's when, as you could see on the video footage, I had a water bottle in my hand.
I guess they saw the video footage. I didn't see it. But this woman is now attacking him and kicking him and hitting him in his own car, according to what she said. All of them apparently been sipping. You see what I'm saying? So this is just a bad situation. Let's keep listening.
I hit her right here on the face. I kind of what's it called?
Reacted.
Yeah, I
just
kind of reacted really quickly.
So he admits that he responded. He defended himself by striking her back. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said he did. Now, a lot of the sisterhood is dwelling, but he did hit her. Why did he hit? And some of y'all simps out there are probably saying, well, he shouldn't have hit her. She kicked the man. She hit him a couple times. How much in his own car? And he done went over there to get her out the car. And this is when she hit him again. So what do you expect? What was he supposed to do in that situation? Huh? What was he supposed to do in that situation? We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all make sure y'all contribute to the Cash App, the Super Chat, and whatever else y'all can contribute to. We'll be right back. Y'all do what y'all got to do. In the meantime,
if she got her nipples pierced, got ass from here to here, then you know that she's a hoe. If she's on Instagram, her bio is an OnlyFans, she's out there selling that thing. See, I know you gon' trip, finding out that your chick in Vegas, drunk on the strip with no panties on. I know that you gon' say that your chick ain't that way. Miami, DR, Dubai, but you didn't go. Nigga, she's a hoe, hoe, hoe. And I think it's time, you know. Nigga, she's a hoe, hoe, hoe. And I think it's time, you know.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. For you guys who don't know, I'm the Blizzard King, and I want to be. We talking about this situation. Another innocent black man vindicated. Hashtag Brick Lady. You guys know about this story. Shout out to Urban Eagle. Thank you so much, J. Rowe, for the 2 cash apps, and also thank you, Jerome. I appreciate you, and 43TX. Thank you so much for the cash app, man. Well, let's continue with this conversation. So this is a young man who's actually, his name is Douglas, or Mr. Douglas, and he's actually the victim, the accused that the brick lady was talking about in that viral video from a few months back that had the whole internet buzzing and brothers and sisters at their throat, or should I, as they say in Louisiana, at their throat. They was at each other's throat.
And from there, she didn't want to, like, she kept trying to follow me and fight me. So that's when I had to actually go into another vehicle that my friends were at on the side of us to kind of leave the situation.
A man had to jump in another car. He had to leave his car to get in another car to get away from this broad. He literally running away from this broad. You understand what I'm saying? This is her, man. I mean, shout out to my man Bill Gibbs. This is how serious it gets.
Yeah, and like you said, the security video, according to the court records, does indicate that you hit her.
Yeah.
And I know that many people.
I mean, what would you do, fellas? What would you do in that same situation? What would you do? You got some strange woman in your car with a ski mask on, right? It hit you and kicked you a couple times and hit you a couple times, allegedly. What would you do in this situation? Huh? Now, mind you, there was 2 or 3 red flags that popped up before this whole encounter occurred. Maybe it's because the brother had a little too much alcohol in him. You see, maybe his judgment wasn't good. But what I'm saying is, man, this whole situation could have been avoided. Let's keep listening.
People will think, was there another way to diffuse that situation? Like, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I really try to defend her from hitting me again because she was continuously hitting me.
You were saying I was trying to defend myself from being hit, right? That's
so unfortunately, I just reacted really quickly, and I hit her, and then it stopped her though. I mean, it stopped her from consistently hitting me, and then I walked away, which I would try to walk away, and she kept following me, so that's why I had to go to another vehicle.
And so it was self-defense in your
Correct.
eyes. Yeah. And I will be clear that
now that's something when a woman follow you to hit you, that's crazy, man. That lets you know. I mean, some people, either she got mental issues or she had a contrived plan and she wanted to make a big scene. Shout out to my man Quick 504. He gave her equal rights and lefts.
the report says that the video does not reflect what Osman told police. So as we were talking earlier, she does have a huge swollen face in this video. Do you have any idea?
I want you to listen closely to this situation because we all trying to figure this out. Y'all hit the number 1 button. Let's keep listening.
Idea where that came from or any theories?
Yeah, so the theory that I have is that, because you have to understand, I did not realize any of this happened until it went viral. I didn't even recognize her as it went viral because I've never actually seen her whole face.
Interesting.
So when
The white girl talking about interesting. Somebody type interesting in the chat room. Come on, y'all. Somebody type interesting. Let's keep going.
it got viral and my name started getting brought up, that's when, I recollected, like, okay, this is what happened. So I feel that I feel like she went to the club like that. She
He feels like she went to the club like that, right? She went to the club with a ski mask on to hide this swollen face. She's already got a history of setting up these sort of bootleg GoFundMe accounts. I'm gonna go to the club. Is it possible that, because she should have said, I'm gonna go to the club, I'm gonna pick a fight, I'm gonna let some dude hit me, and then I'm gonna get on the internet and pretend as though I've been abused and all these women are gonna come through. It sounds like a game plan. It sounds like she understands female nature better than most of y'all. There's a reason why women go to the bathroom in bunches, in groups, because they believe in the herd mentality. They believe in protecting the herd. When women cry, they get attention. People want to come to save them. It invokes some sort of, it's no different than when a child cries. It invokes some sort of call to arms to come around and protect. And you got women who are using female nature to their advantage for money. They do it all the time. That's what this whole believe her, always believe her, that's what that is about. All I got to do is say it's his baby and challenge him on asking me why he would even think I would lie about something so serious. And I can get him to pay me child support for the next 18 years, even though I know I've been messing around. Matter of fact, even when the DNA test come out, I'm gonna say the DNA test must be fake. And I'm gonna use shame and guilt and tears to convince you that what you see with your eyes is not the truth. And because we have such a simp-filled country, and I've been telling you guys this for 2 or 3 years now, we live in a nation of 304s. And the only reason we got a nation of 304s is because on the other side, we got a nation of simps. And that's why they hate men like me so much, because I'm gonna come on and speak the truth and tell you, because I'm beyond the simping. The generalized just believe all women, they can do no wrong. They're human beings, just like us, just like everybody else. Somebody keep typing, hit number 1 button. Let's keep going. My man Quick 504 said, went clubbing with an elephant man face. Yeah, man, you wrong.
went outside like that, because the thing is,
And that's why she was wearing the ski mask in your head.
the club was
The white girl said, and that's why she was wearing the ski mask in the club. So the white girl done peeped it out. And that's the same thing the district attorney has peeped out. This is all a setup. Let's keep listening.
beyond capacity. She was standing up, and I know she had to be hot, yet she had it on the entire time. Went outside, had it on the entire time. And then after that event, had it on the entire time. And it wasn't until this event.
You stand them at a hot club, somebody offer you a seat in their section. Oh no, not until you clear it out. That lets you know your alternative is you're not there to party. You there to try to get the bag. Let's keep listening.
This went viral, that she took her mask off.
And I know your name was mentioned in the police reports and the court records and everything, but it seems like it was brought up before then. Was she saying your name on social media and things like that?
So she described me to the security.
This thing right there, she described who he was and these sort of things. And
The security guard recognized my face, and she's already known my name since the first day. So what was odd about that is that if you already knew my name and my information, when you spoke to the cops and documented that, the 2 or 3 stories that she had, which I believe.
The reason she didn't want to give
more than 42.
The reason she didn't want to get a name, because she didn't want to take it that far. You see what I'm saying? She wanted to take it far enough, but not that far. But see, it got out of hand.
She described me to the.
So I'm saying it got out of hand.
in the court records. She had changed her story multiple times to police, and the court records reflect that.
Right. So I'm thinking that if you already knew my name, that's pretty weird that you're making up that type of story.
Right.
So that's So that is kind of how. She knew my name from the security guard that was working.
Yeah, and so how has this?
Remember, she said this was an Uber driver. Okay, remember that she started that story off, this is an Uber driver. So that lets you know off top she was misleading folk, and they fell for it. This man ain't an Uber driver. He was in the club in the section. You know what I'm saying? That she was apparently standing there.
This affected you? What kind of repercussions have you been dealing with?
Shout out to Wrench Turner.
It's I never like to consider myself a victim, but it seems like my character has been slandered. At the very beginning, I was basically scared for my freedom and my life.
Yeah.
Because assault, kidnapping,
listen to the little brother.
Just everything she said wasn't something to play with. This was, I was going to, that is something that you go to jail, prison for a very long time.
Yeah.
And just, I'm gonna be honest, a black guy saying you hit someone.
A black guy.
With the brick, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go to jail immediately.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie in that? Huh? There ain't no lie in that. He telling the truth. And we all felt that.
Go to jail first, and then the questions a little bit later, they'll figure it out. So for the first 2 months, I was scared. I was nervous. And I think the biggest part was knowing that it wasn't true and not be.
But I know let me tell you something, man. I know the sisterhood is mad. They got that white girl over there. they got Becky over there. I know. We know how they are. Becky over there listening, quiet with her legs crossed and her real hair. A little extension, just sitting there looking cute with a little thigh meat out. I know this got the sisterhood hot when they saw it. Why you got to go on that? Why he couldn't go through a black woman or a black man? Why you bringing them in our business? Because Brickface put us all out there. Brickface, somebody type Brick. That's what I was calling. I was calling the Brickface, but I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler Blizzard King. So that's why I'm trying to change up a little bit. So I'm calling her Brick Lady. But if I must revert, Brickface brought it out there in the world. The black man didn't protect me. All these other black men stood around and watched this black man hit me. Remember that? It's black man. So you made it what it is. And then the white girl, this fine white woman, somebody typed, I always tell you, brothers, my preference is for you to date women of African descent. But there's some fine white women out there to look at. There you can look. Ain't nothing wrong with looking. Let's keep looking. Come on, let's keep looking at this fine white woman.
Being able to speak out. Not being able to tell my story.
That's right.
Really
Tell must be really hard. Oh my God.
hard because it was all on social media, and it was just like this big social media circus.
Difficult.
There wasn't really a platform for that.
No, it wasn't.
And I mean,
all she got to do is just grab him and hug him and pet him on the back of his head. It's okay, baby. That's all right. It's okay. You're with me now. Yep. Little snow bunny love. Somebody type snow bunny love in the chat room. You need a little snow bunny love. Go ahead. After all he been through.
Does that make you feel knowing that a stranger, according to you, completely targeted you to make you the crux of the story?
Well, not only I was scared for myself at the time, but after this event happened, talking to other...
Now, after this event happened, and this is why I'm going to keep talking about this story, because this lets me know that what we're doing here on YouTube, the word is getting around. Okay, let's keep listening. Listen to what he says.
Man, this happens a lot.
It happens a lot. Somebody type a lot in the chat room.
It's not abnormal, and that's sad. And
it's not abnormal. The word is getting around, y'all. These women lie, and they do it all the time. It's not abnormal. It happens all the time. No one would have thought that this woman would have contrived this plan. You going in the club with a ski mask on, with your face swole up, to pick a fight with a man so that he could either get arrested and you can come up on some GoFundMe money, or some horrible to happen, all so you can get the bag. Nobody would have thought, unless this played out like it did and it all came to the forefront, no one, you could never imagine. So nobody would do that. No one's gonna go through that trouble. Not only did the woman apparently do it, but she been doing it. So what makes you think she don't seem that smart to me? She definitely don't seem like she's the first one to think this plan up. Women been doing this, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what my man is talking about. And it's happening to some of y'all right here in the chat room.
What's even sadder is the people that make these false allegations, they're never proven accountable for it. You know,
they're never held accountable. That's what we're gonna talk about too.
You know, once you find out, it usually gets swept under the rug.
Right.
Yep.
So
once they're exposed as liars, nothing ever happens to them. Shout out to Afron for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate you, fam.
in this case, she's charged with the theft for the GoFundMe,
Mm-hmm.
but not for lying or slandering.
Or for making a false police report against you. You see what I'm saying? Nothing's really happened to her for that. They mad at her for trying to swindle that 40 G's.
You. So how do you feel about?
She hit me first, you know.
Right.
So,
and so how?
They're not even suing. They're not even putting her in jail for assault and battery. She hit him first and kicked him in his car, and there was witnesses there, and she didn't get charged. What if the roles were reversed? What if he had kicked her and punched her a couple times? He'd be locked up under the jail. You see what I'm saying?
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like there should be some kind of legal process to bring justice for the slander?
That's something I'm working on right now.
That's something I'm working on, right? Somebody's working on it right now. Somebody's working on it in the chat room. Working on it.
I'm actually starting. I'm trying to facilitate how to get that done at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because
you need a lawyer.
At first, to be honest, I wasn't. But what really inspired me is the men that have, messaged me, DM me, called me and said that, you need to make her accountable. Because
That's the power of the manosphere. All you guys have been hitting this dude up on IG. He said, hey man, come forward. You need to sue this broad, blah, blah, blah. That's all of us. All these black men, all these white men, all these men speaking the truth. That's us. Keep listening.
this happens too much.
Happens
and
too
nothing
much.
happens.
Yeah.
And, that really inspired me to actually seek whatever I can seek or do whatever I can do to really make her fully accountable for this.
Interesting. Well,
All right, y'all say, hey, look at that fine snow bunny right there. Look,
we're
let's
coming up
not
on
sleep
time
on
here. Is there
that.
anything else that you want to add to the situation?
Let's not sleep on that.
I would just say the people that's watching this is
Yeah.
before you believe something, before
Y'all get what he's trying to say, man. Don't jump to conclusions. Anyway, look. Let's talk real quick. Let me turn this music down real quick. Let me get up and close. I want to talk to y'all before we move forward with this broadcast, okay? Because I need to share some wisdom with you all, especially with all this craziness happening out here. Like what went down with Olan Douglas, the young man that you just saw. Brothers, you're in a world where one wrong move, one bad association can turn your whole life upside down. And we don't have the luxury to ignore this, especially living in the United States of America as black men. First off, when you're out, especially in places like clubs, bars, you got to keep your eyes wide open. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Because misunderstandings happen, and they happen in a heartbeat. And before you know it, you're in a mess. a mess you never asked for. If someone or something feels off, trust your gut. Our instincts are there for a reason. If someone looks suspicious, they probably are. Don't ignore that feeling. Now, if you see someone getting all worked up, looking to start trouble, especially when they've been drinking, you need to remove yourself from that situation. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. No heroics, no chivalry, none of that. We are not about getting caught up in people's drama in 2024. Personal space. That's golden, especially when you out and about. Don't get all up in people's faces and don't let them invade yours. You don't even know this broad, and you got her in the front seat of your Maserati. And she got a ski mask on. You don't know if that's a setup, a carjacking. You don't know if she got dope on her. You don't know if she the police and they trying to get you on a prostitution charge. You don't know if that's one of your enemies. You don't know. All I do know is that misinterpretations of intentions happen fast when personal boundaries are blurred. Here's another thing. How you talk to people matters. At the point where the young brother said, well, hey, I guess you won't be sitting down then. Bro, you spitting fly to this broad and she trying to set you up and then you come back. So now she don't even like you because you was slick mouth with her earlier in the club. She been trying to drag somebody into something dodgy. She been trying to get something out of somebody she ain't deserved. She saw you as that lick, but you didn't handle it smoothly. And then when the broad got out of pocket, it escalated. You know what? Let me tell you something. If the broad is in my car kicking and punching, I'm getting out the car. I'm going to go get the nearest police officer. Man, I got this drunk broad in my car that won't get out. I don't even know who she is, man. I just got in my car. She hopped in the other side. Man, I don't want no problems. I'm out. Anything that happened inside that car can be repaired. You going to prison, that's going to take a lot more to repair that. Another thing, brothers, and I'm just taking this as a point of personal privilege, speaking to y'all as an older man who's been out in them streets. Look, fellas, you got to keep your circle tight. You got to keep your circle tight. Go out with folks you trust, your real friends, your real family. And when things take a turn for the worse, having people you trust by your side makes all the difference. Another thing you got to do, and y'all gonna hate me for what I'm about to tell you, you got to document everything. You got to document everything. The moments things start to heat up, start recording. Having evidence can save you from a world of trouble later on. I tell brothers all the time, y'all gonna hate me. You got that new broad in the bath that you just picked up. You got it in the bed. Turn that recorder on and slide that recorder on your phone. Even if you don't get no visual, at least you got the sound. You sure you want this, baby? You ready to do this? Come on, let me know. Yeah. You got her on it. You got her recorded admitting that she wanted to have a sexual relationship with you. You didn't videotape, you just recorded the sound. And you do that because you don't want her to talk about, oh, I didn't know what I was doing, I never consented. You got it right there. The whole transaction. I'm not talking about your wife. I'm not talking about your girlfriend. I'm talking about these city girls that you young brothers like to pick up off the street. It's get the bag season, boys. These bras is trying to come up at all costs. Now that's behind closed doors. If you find yourself in a sticky situation and you in public, recognize that you want witnesses who can vouch for you if you need to, even with your phone recording. Don't wait around in that car. Don't wait around. No, bro, you shouldn't have left the scene. You should have went and ran the security and the cops and make sure you get your side of the story out first, loud and clear. You got to think about also how to keep situations cool, man. Know how to de-escalate. That could prevent things from blowing up. Even with all this, sometimes you still gonna get caught up. And if that happens, you need a lawyer. There's no way this man riding around in a Maserati in Houston, Texas, with 3 or 4 law schools in a 10-mile square radius, you don't know a lawyer. Because the first thing that need to happen is that lawyer needs to send a spoilage letter out to get that security footage. Or get those text messages. That's going to make all the difference. Remember, it's about being smart. It's about being aware and staying safe. This world, it can be tough. It can be unforgiving. But by moving smart, staying alert, and trusting your gut, you can navigate through most of it unscathed. Now, while we on this topic, because this is the crux of it. While we on this topic, there's something else you got to understand. It's crucial that you understand this, fellas. Not all women are innocent. And you shouldn't mistake a good-looking woman for a good woman. Let me say that again. You shouldn't mistake a good-looking woman for a good woman. And a lot of y'all do that. A lot of y'all equate pretty with goodness. And sometimes the pretty ones are the dirtiest ones out there. I know I'm telling you the truth. Shout out to Mr. McDonald. I know I'm preaching. I know I'm telling you the truth. Brick lady, for example, she's obviously an attractive woman, but look at the situation she put Olan Douglas in, all for financial gain. It's a harsh truth, but it's reality. Looks can be deceiving. A pretty face doesn't always mean a pure heart. In today's world, where everybody's trying to get the bag, you got to be extra careful if you got the bag. She saw that Maserati. She saw you shining in your section. You got the wine, you got the champagne popping and your drinks and your friends and little broads around there. She saw it come up. She saw you as the bag. See, some people, women included, will go to great lengths to use what they have, including their looks, to manipulate situations to their advantage. It's not about being paranoid. The reason that we are still here today, 10,000 after our last ancestors first showed up, is because those of us who were paranoid survived. So you might need a little bit of paranoia. It's also about being smart and recognizing that good character and integrity are what make a good woman, not just her appearance. And that's to all you brothers out there. That's everybody, all you men who are listening to this right now. Keep that in mind. So when you're out there meeting and greeting forming relationships, don't let appearances cloud your judgment. Look deeper. What are her values? What does that say about a woman who's willing to come to your section, but only if you get rid of all the other women who are sitting there enjoying themselves? What does that say about a woman who's willing to hop in your car and don't know you from Adam and willing to go to the after club spot with you to do who knows what? What does that say about her values? You saw this woman yelling at her friend. You didn't evaluate how does she treat people. And I'm not blaming Mr. Douglas. I'm talking to all you men who are thinking with that head instead of this one. It's a reason that I'm almost 50 years old. And I done been through all these traps and worse. It's the reason why I'm sitting here today, a successful man, never having a criminal record, never being put in jail, and coming from South Central Los Angeles and living like I've been always living in Black communities. It's the reason why. Because I know how to navigate these streets in this life. Her values, her actions, how she treat people. These are things that tell you who someone really is. And remember, if someone like Brick Lady tries to set you up or use you for financial gain, having the smarts to see through that facade can save you from a world of trouble. They was trying to threaten this man's life. People were trying to get this man. You had national figures what my people in the UK at? They were talking about this over in the UK. This is the life that you live, brothers. And this is part of navigating life, especially in relationships. It's not just about avoiding physical confrontations and misunderstandings. It's about understanding people's intentions and being discerning to who you should trust and not being swayed by surface level attributes. Stay wise, stay critical, and always keep your eyes open to the true nature of people, men and women, beyond their looks. That goes for you ladies too. Now we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all hit the number 1 button. This is Uncle D. You know I love you, but we're gonna take it to church. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all pay me for my time, man. The Cash App ain't popping like it need to be. And neither is the Super Chat. But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about this conversation. So the young brother did mention something. He mentioned, how do I go about rectifying this situation? You know, basically payback. Somebody type payback in the chat room. Somebody type payback in the chat room. Somebody type revenge is sweet. So saith the Lord. Hallelujah. Revenge. Somebody type payback. Somebody type get back in the chat room. Shout out to man Cam. Thank you so much. So how do you get payback in this situation where a woman is taking your reputation and just smeared it all over the nation? It's a couple of things you can do. Some y'all probably heard of, some y'all haven't. I want to tune y'all in on your rights, man, because it's important to know your rights. Some of y'all don't think you can do anything. but you can do, and you can actually do this type of stuff in small claims court. Okay, $25 to file suit, serve them. Some of these jurisdictions have up to $5,000. You don't even need to hire a lawyer. Small claims court is everywhere. So I analyzed this situation, and based on the fact pattern that was provided, there's several potential legal claims that Mr. Douglas has against Brick Lady. All right, the person, this woman who wrongfully accused him of assault and battery with a brick. Number one, you guys have heard this before, defamation, also known as libel and slander. Since Brick Lady accused Douglas of assaulting her with a brick and disseminated those allegations online, the brother, Mr. Douglas, might have a claim for defamation. And defamation involves false statements presented as fact that causes injury to someone's reputation. And libel covers written statements, while slander applies to spoken statements. So if she put it in a police report, that's slander. If she said it on the internet, that's libel. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry, that slander is speaking it. Libel is written. So if she put it on the police report, that's libel. If she spoke it out for the internet, that's slander. He can go take her to small claims court and handle that. Shout out to Mr. Jones. Thank you so much. Something else, false light invasion of privacy. If the false allegations painted Douglas in a false light and were highly offensive to reasonable persons, which, yeah, it is, right? This tort might apply. Okay, you guys know I practice personal injury law, and that's another way of saying a tort. A personal injury is like a tort. You know, you got intentional torts, negligent torts, but bottom line is this is the area that I focus on. But the thing is, it is a reasonable person would find it offensive, highly offensive, to hear about you hitting somebody in the face with a brick, especially a woman who says you didn't give me her phone number. He hit me because I wouldn't give him my phone number. Okay. And false light claims are similar to defamation, but they focus more on offensive false impression given to the public rather than the harm to your reputation. Okay. The other thing is intentional infliction of emotional distress. This is another claim that will go in the petition, or claim that will go into the complaint, a complaint for damages. Given the severity of these accusations and the alleged intent behind Brick Face's actions, in other words, it was all just a scam, she was just trying to come up, Douglas might have an intentional infliction of emotional distress. This tort requires a showing that it will require him to show that Brick Face's conduct was extreme and outrageous, causing the plaintiff to have severe emotional stress. And he said so. He said, I couldn't come outside. I was like, I feared for my life, all these different things. Here's another one, and this didn't happen, but if it did happen, there's something called malicious prosecution. Probably something that Donald Trump has. Donald Trump has a lot of claims that are developing against that lady over in Georgia that we talk about here. But I don't want to get off into that, because I don't even want to talk about that situation right now. But malicious prosecution is this. If Douglas was charged criminally based on her allegations, he might have a claim for malicious prosecution. When your baby mama lies, you understand, and says you did something that you didn't do, and come to find out you didn't do it, and the DA prosecutes you for that, and then they drop the charges, but you still got to pay all this money, right? That's malicious prosecution. Shout out to Mr. O'Neill. But this requires that a criminal proceeding be initiated because of what she said, and it ends in favor of you. So you able to get out of the situation. You see what I'm saying? And you didn't get, and it was pursued. There was no probable cause. There was no malice. You can sue some people. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate the cash apps coming through. Y'all keep that popping. Y'all make sure y'all pay me for my time. Here's another one, abusive process. If Osmond used the legal process in a way that was not intended to achieve a result that the process was not designed to achieve, for example, by raising funds through GoFundMe, based on false claims, Douglas may have a claim of abuse of process. You see, so all these claims can fall in. Here's another one: fraud. Osmond's alleged fabrication of a crime. Brickface, don't forget the name, but her name's Osmond. Brickface's alleged fabrication of a crime and profiting from it through that GoFundMe could be grounds for a civil fraud charge. And this would allege that Brickface intentionally lied to deceive others, causing them to part with money under false pretenses. So y'all could sue her for fraud your darn self. All you people who donated to the woman, y'all could sue her for that. Let me see what else we got. Civil conspiracy. If Brickface conspired with others, like her friend who was with her, to defraud the public using a false narrative, then your boy Douglas could potentially claim a civil conspiracy. And that's kind of likened to, somebody said, yeah, you can do this in small claims court. That's what I'm telling you, brothers. Y'all don't have to take this anymore. If you want some advice on this, if you ever in a situation like this, y'all can email me at sperlingdennis@gmail.com. Your baby mama, you don't necessarily need a lawyer for all this, because lawyers don't really take these cases. Because why would I sue this woman? She has nothing. But you can sue her, and you can get a civil judgment against this woman, and that can go a long way. You understand? Let me get back to this. So civil conspiracy, I'll talk about that. Restitution or unjust enrichment. Douglas, the young man, might seek restitution if he suffered any financial damages as a result of Osmond's actions. For example, if he had to hire an attorney or miss work, your name is all over the internet. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to go out and about, so you stay home. You see what I'm saying? He might seek relief under unjust enrichment to force Osmond to disgorge any benefits she received at his expense. So let's say she didn't get the super chat. She didn't get the GoFundMe money, but people were sending her super chats. She might have got $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in super chats. He can sue her for unjust enrichment and get that money up out of her. All he needs is the records. I can get your Cash App records for you. You see what I'm saying? You can subpoena those. Here's the Cash App records. This is how much she received for this. I want all that. You understand me? And so he can sue her now off top. So this is stuff you can do. Are y'all listening to me? Are y'all with me? Y'all learning something? We in law school class right now. This is law school class. Civil theft or conversion, depending on the jurisdiction, Douglas could possibly claim civil theft or conversion if any of his property was taken, or if he was deprived of something of value through Osmond Act. That didn't really sound like it, but if she had broke his property or stolen some from that could work. You see what I mean? Negligent infliction of emotional distress. We talked about intentional infliction, but there's also negative intention. Though his claim typically requires a showing of bodily harm, depending on the jurisdiction, if Douglas can show that Osmond's action caused him emotional distress through negligence, assuming a duty of care existed, he can pursue this claim. Okay, and these are just some of the claims that he might have. I just kind of threw this together this afternoon once I saw that. But I think it's noteworthy. I think that's something that's important. I think we need to think about that. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the chat. I'm gonna let you guys in. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna let y'all. Y'all gotta. I got a few more things to say about this, because this is a very important topic, because it happens all the time. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and join the conversation. We're gonna talk about Brickface, and we're gonna talk about the lessons that we learned. I'm not knocking this young brother. All of us get driven by our man parts, okay? But we got to do better. All right. So here's the thing, gentlemen. I want you fellas, and this is for the fellas. And if there's some ladies out there, and you got sons, you got older sons, I want you to understand something. I want you to leave. I want you to leave tonight when we finish with a crucial piece of advice. And that's more relevant now than ever in our evolving social landscape. See, we find ourselves in a time where the mentality of getting the bag at all costs is glorified, especially among modern women. This ideology, while seemingly empowering on the surface, carries with it a set of dangers and challenges that we as men need to be accurately or acutely aware of. See, the pursuit of wealth, status, and material gain without regard for integrity, relationships, or the well-being of others, it's a perilous path. It's crucial to understand that a person's value and worth are not solely determined by their financial status or the possessions they accumulate. When engaging in relationships, be vigilant. Seek deep character and values that align with your own. It's essential to recognize the difference between someone who values you for you versus what you can provide. In this era of instant gratification, social media validation, the get the bag mentality can often overshadow the importance of genuine connections, leading to superficial relationships built on the shaky foundations of materialism. This mindset can breed a sense of entitlement and a transactional approach to relationships where affection and respect are contingent upon financial gain. Somebody type 304 in the chat room. So my message to you is this: strive for success, aim high, and achieve greatness, but never at the expense of your integrity or by losing sight of what truly matters in life. And that is authentic connections, mutual respect, and genuine love. Be discerning in your relationships. Invest in those who value you beyond your material success. And remember that the greatest bag you can get is a life filled with purpose, meaningful relationships, personal fulfillment, peace of mind, and happiness. Let's not fall victim to the superficial allure of the get the bag at all costs mentality. Instead, let's redefine success on our own terms, grounded in values that stand the test of time. Remember, gentlemen, true wealth is found not in your wallet, but in your heart and the legacy you leave behind. So stay vigilant. Now, there's some valuable lessons that we can learn from this situation that extend beyond the immediate context, touching on personal integrity, social awareness, and the complexity of human interactions. As I said earlier, looks can be deceiving. Never judge a person's character based solely on their appearance. And as I mentioned earlier, attractiveness does not equate to goodness or innocence. Another one, trust your instincts. If something feels off about a person or a situation, trust your gut, man. Your intuition is a powerful tool for navigating social interactions and can often signal red flags before they become apparent. Value character over appearance. Seek deep, depth-filled relationships. A person's values, ethics, and how they treat others are far more important than their physical appearance. Next, be cautious in social settings. Listen. Be cautious in these streets, fellas. Nightlife and social gatherings, they can be breeding grounds for misunderstandings, conflicts. You got to be careful in these environments. You got to be cautious in these environments. I know you like to party. Uncle D liked to party too. But as we used to say, ain't nothing good open after 12 o'clock at night except a pair of legs. And sometimes them ain't no good for you. You trying to roll up out of there at 3 a.m. The other thing, fellas, is you got to maintain personal boundaries. And I know she's fine. She's still fine. But this whole one-night stand situation, trying to get it on the first night, that'll get you in trouble damn near every time. Understand and respect personal boundaries is both your own and others. Because, see, clear boundaries can prevent misunderstandings and protect you from being falsely accused. You heard me? And as I said earlier, document and record. In a dispute, having evidence is crucial. Learn to document interactions that feel contentious or could escalate into accusations. Also, educate yourself legally. Knowing your rights and understanding legal terms like assault and battery and defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress, that can empower you to navigate confrontations more wisely and protect yourself legally. Here's another thing, something that we suffer from in the Black community. Learn conflict resolution. Learn skills in de-escalating tense situations that are invaluable. Ain't no way you're going to catch me arguing with no strange broad in no parking lot, man. I'm walking away. Bitch, you can have that car. Excuse the language. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you're going to catch me out there like that, man. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm good. Hell, if I ain't come with you, you ain't coming with me on the way out. That's how that works. But de-escalating tense situations, that can prevent conflicts from escalating and protect you from potential legal and physical harm. What if one of them dudes that was listening to her was like, where are you at? And then they just come out busting on them. Pop, pop, pop. And now we got a whole nother story. So I'm saying somebody wants to play white knight. She out there crying, talking about none of these black men, it helped me. And then somebody get gassed up. Somebody go full Umar Johnson on them, get gassed up and want to go blast a brother trying to be a white knight. So it's best to de-escalate if you can. The other thing is, fam, is you got to seek quality friendships. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and have your best interests at heart. I tell y'all all the time stories about my friend Brittany, my homegirl B. She's a godmother to my youngest son. I used to take her with me. Brittany, beautiful dark-skinned sister. She actually been on the panel with me a couple times. Beautiful sister. Basically what she did, she checked all the broads. She ain't never let no white girls come near me. And if I was over there talking to some woman and she sent some red flags, she'd come get me up. Oh, come on, Dennis, let's go. Best friend, just the little sister I never had that I wish I had. That's quality friends. And you need to surround yourself with people who uplift you and have your best interests at heart. Like that. See, good friends can be a support system in times of trouble and keep you on the right path and out of trouble. I'm preaching to y'all tonight. Somebody type amen in the chat room. Somebody type amen in the chat room. Because see, lastly, if you don't understand all of that I just mentioned, then more likely than not in this world that we live in, whether you Kang the Conqueror or some little dude hanging out at the Liquid Lounge on some random night with some broad you don't know, you're going to begin to understand the power of accusations. See, if you don't listen to what I'm saying now, you will be one of these black men who will have an intimate relationship and understanding with the power of accusations. Recognize the severe impact of false accusations and how they can affect your life. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, but be discerning in your interactions. Strive to avoid situations where you could be wrongly accused. Because once it's done, it's done. So I hope you guys enjoy those points. The link to the chat room is there. Anybody who want to come up in here, you got to show your face or cam up. But in the meantime, we need to get these super chats up. So I'm going to go ahead and take y'all to Jesus. That's what we going to do. I want another 13 super chats, and I'll be back. Until then, y'all go holler at the Lord. Amen.
say me under the blood. Jesus cover me under the blood. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you been cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood of Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up. Put the blood on me face just like a makeup. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood of Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me heart break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. Under the blood, under the blood, Jesus cover me. Jesus, you will cover me. Under the blood, me say me. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus cover me under the blood. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you will cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood of Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up. Put the blood on me face just like a makeup. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood of Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me heart break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. Under the blood, under the blood, Jesus cover me. Jesus, you will cover me.
Women, brothers, these same women that you willing to put your life on the line for, that's the white man's job. He created them. That's why I tell you brothers all the time, if you want a black woman, go get you a real one. Why do you think these women are so quick to side with the white man when it's time to call the police on your black behind?
Really?
Why do you think we have such a high abortion rate? They don't like your black ass.
Really?
Why is there a movement online right now saying abort black baby boys?
A whole movement.
Why are they wearing weave and bleaching their skin trying to look like that white woman? Despite that you tell them they look better with their African selves and their black selves. You damn near got the KKK sleeping in the bed with you. KK Keisha.
Wow.
They're the main ones talking about fighting white supremacy and the main one enabling white supremacy.
Wow, we are. Oh.
These same black women talk about the black man oppressing them and manipulating them and controlling them.
What was your mother, Attorney Sperling?
They act like the word submissive is a dirty word.
What was your mother?
On the flip side, for them it's a flex when they go date the same man that looks like the men who oppressed them during slavery and oppression.
Tired of this. What was your mother, Attorney Sperling?
The level of delusion is incredible.
So your mother was delusional.
Welcome back to the broadcast, man. Hey, big shout out to everybody who contributed to the super chat, man. I still need 9 more super chats, man. That's all right, though. We got some brothers down here who've been patiently waiting in the bullpen. I just want to remind you guys that if you want to come up in here, you're going to have to cam up. I saw my man, the contractor, up in here for a minute, bro. You got to come on back up in here and let's chop it up, baby. Come on back. I want to hear what you got to say. Brickface continues. Let's continue this conversation. Come on back up in here. Let's see who we got. Anybody want to come in? Look, yeah, I see folks down there you got to cam up. You want to talk about this, you want to come in, you got something to say, You got to go ahead and cam up if you want to come in. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity. I need 8 more super chats. Let's go ahead and read these super chats off. Big shout out to On Point, my man, the guy in the black suit. Thank you so much, fam. I appreciate that. Needed that, man. I'm still looking for another super chat, another 8 super chats. That kind of lets me know I hit my threshold. When I get 20 super chats, that let me know, you know, I'm appreciated. I'm being paid for my time. Even if it's $5, $10, I'm not tripping, man. As long as y'all get to that point, man. My man, the contractor, bro. Always good to have you up in here. Shout out to all the folks who contributing. And so let me get them in. We paid what we owe. Thank you so much, Red Pill Logic. JT Coin Rings, Blizzard King, thank you so much, fam. Jerome Payne, Lion Hoes can't catch these L's in court. Yeah, that's why I laid it out there. You brothers can do that in you can do that right there in small claims court. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait for some lawyer to help you. Afrom, thank you so much for the super sticker. Wrench Turner, thank you. Quick 504, thank you. See, we went clubbing with an elephant man face. Right. He gave her equal rights and lefts. Oh, y'all go. Urban 2-Row, thank you so much, man. J-Row 49. Thank you, Urban Eagle. Thank you so much. And also, this is 43TX. There was a simp online post her posture with the caption. That was something along the lines of Brick Lady didn't do nothing wrong. Right. I know that's because we simping. Anyway, let me give a big shout out to all my folks who came through on the Cash App over here. I'm reading last names only. Thank you, Mr. Patterson. Thank you, Shia2882. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Thank you, Mr. Holland. Thank you, Mr. Cam. Steph Cam. Thank you, McDonald, Mr. Gibbs, Mr. Jerome, Mr. 43TX. Look, like I said, anybody wants to come in, you got to cam up. Right now, we got my guy, the contractor, bro. What do you think about old buddy, man? I mean, I'm not down on the brother at all. I'm just saying this situation could have been handled differently. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts, bro?
Salute to you on.
Always good to have you. Yeah.
Chat, but my immediate thoughts go to how thick was she for her to be wearing a mask the whole time and you not know whether she looked like a barracuda or a booger wolf?
Right. Yeah.
So he was so transfixed on that he couldn't see past the foolery that she bought. And in the end, something you said, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I came up. It triggered me.
Mm-hmm.
You said false claims. In my last marriage, false claims almost got me up out of here.
Woo, yeah, man.
It almost cost my life because old girl, after not being home for like 2 months, after her new boo thing got tired of her, she popped back up and claimed I assaulted her when she assaulted me.
Wow.
In the DMV, when the people get called, somebody going to jail. Long story short, I never went to jail.
Wow, yeah.
Because they figured out she was lying. So that part right there, that was very triggering.
Yeah.
You gentlemen may not have experienced having your front door kicked in when you with your children and you have Officer Friendly pointing a pistol in your face at your head and you thinking I'm about to die in front of my kids. That's real. Off of false claims.
Bro, what advice do you have for these young brothers, man? I need you to, as an older man, I know you're a little younger than I am. What advice do you have for these young boys, man, who are out here in these streets? They got their little money together. They got their nice car. They feel like they're invincible. They done made it. I've been there before. I know, man. Hey, I'm Superman out here in these streets. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. You got that brown in you, that clear in you, you know, and you feeling brave. Talk to them because they don't realize they are vulnerable. Go ahead, bro.
You are not the hunter. You're the hunted. They're watching your social media. They are tracking your moves. They're looking at how much you floss, how much you show. And trust and believe, Boom Keisha and them, they want some of that.
Yeah.
They want that in their life. And they want you to provide it. So you're not as mighty as you really believe yourself to be because our system humbles countries. So at the end of the day, who are you?
So, man, the thing is, like, that whole situation could have been avoided. Shout out to my man, Matrix5381, may need your service. Hey, bro, just hit me up, sperlingdennis@gmail.com. I need 7 more super chats. I appreciate you guys coming, helping me come through with that. We got like almost 300-400 people up in here, man. But see, the thing is, I recognize what's going on with this young brother. It's a certain recklessness you have when you feel like you're not vulnerable. You're invulnerable. You out here in these streets, man. You take reckless decisions like that. You can, yeah, I know the broad. I mean, just let's picture this, man. We chilling in the club. It's a broad walking around here with a ski mask on. And this is the one we want to hop in the car with and roll with. Know what I'm saying? All these other women around here, and you pick the broad with the ski mask? Like, that's like first day of football camp, you pick the biggest dude to just run up and hit. Like, you that brave, bro? Like, you not, you want to get some training in first? Shout out to my man, Matrix5381. He said, found out my family member has been withdrawing money out my grandmother's account and moving it to her own. Yeah, that's embezzlement. Hit me up, bro. Hit me up. But you see what I'm saying? I recognize that I was like that round about, let me see, man. So I started my own law firm in 2005. I was probably making $300,000 or $400,000. If I started in 2005, I would have been 31. So by the time I'm 34, I'm probably bringing in $400,000. I got an office full of fine women. You know what I'm saying? I'm married and everything, but I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just out here. And then when I got divorced, I'm 36 years old, man. I'm pulling in $800,000-$900,000 a year. Woo! I'm Teflon. I'm flying from here to Miami. I'm bringing the whole team to Puerto Rico with me. You see what I'm saying? You can't tell me nothing. I'm in these streets heavy. I'm riding around in that big blue Cadillac with the 20s on it. You see what I mean? I'm like stuff I would never do now. So all somebody had to do was come up right up on bow. You see what I'm saying? Like, you think you could take any woman and tame her? Come on, baby, come with me. She could be a crackhead, ex-prostitute, stripper, drug head. You see what I'm saying? College student, whatever. And you just feel like you could take on the world, man. And I've been there before. That's what I'm trying to say. And some of these young, but I know the feeling. You know, I know why homeboy thought, yeah, I could take her. She can come with, but go elaborate further, please, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Growing up as a young melanated man in America, in the hood, when you finally touch some money, you kind of lose yourself. And it takes a lot to get you back. Unfortunately, for this brother, he had to be riding around in a Maserati with a bra with a face mask on for him to figure it out.
He was riding around with the bra. The woman just hopped. Bro, he was with his friend. He was with his people, his homeboy, and some other broad. They was going to the after spot. He rented the section. And then she just was out in the section. Bro, like, dog, you can't.
It's a car hopping, in DMV terms, it's a car hopping hoe that you don't know from Adam that just jumped in your ride, still the whole time with her face covered with his mask on. You have no clue what she looked like. So
it could have been a man, bro. That could have been a whole man, bro. Like,
but he was stuck on that ass though.
I know, but what I'm saying is this is what I'm saying, man. Don't get so like you can't handle all these situations. I was just thinking this yesterday. I'm sitting here, I'm doing my jujitsu, and I'm just sitting on the bench because my ass is tired at this point. I done wrestled some brown belts and I'm tired. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you never know just how vulnerable the human body really is. You see what I mean? You don't know how, and likewise, you don't know how vulnerable your social status and your wealth and your life is, fellas. You don't know. You taking graveyard chances over some broad. This dude, would you let a man with a ski mask hop in your car in your Maserati? Huh? Right, that's what I'm saying. You got to unmute yourself, bro. You got to unmute yourself, man.
No, forgive me. I know you have the language or profanity police on you. So,
Yeah.
but F no.
I know, man.
What grown man is going to be in a Maserati riding passenger with a ski mask on with you? You be like, this nigga, bro, crazy.
Well,
So
see,
for you to do it with a broad, but it doesn't like hit you nowhere up here in the frontal cortex to be like, this don't quite look right.
See, the thing is, bro, they don't see the danger in these women. Because at the end of the day, a lot of men, they both are simps and they're chauvinists. They truly think that this woman can do me no harm because I'm a man, and men are stronger than women, we're smarter than women. I'm gonna take this wild beast and I'm gonna tame her too. This broad with this mask on, I'm gonna tame her. Like, nah, dog, don't put yourself in that situation. That's all I'm saying. And a man with good sense would have peeped that out a long time ago. Where was his friends at, bro? Where were your friends at? Your friends should have. This could have been avoided if you had a friend say, dog, hell no. She got a bad attitude anyway, man. She want us to boot all the women out the section so she can sit in like she's a princess or something like that. Old ski mask having self. What else you want to say, bro?
His friend was in the back seat with the booger wolf.
Right. Yeah.
His friend was too busy concerned about, I'm not trying to take this L for you here, bro.
Yeah.
So you need to go ahead and figure this out because I'm gone. I'm dipping.
Yeah.
But obviously that wasn't his friend, or he doesn't have a real collection of men that are really down and about their stuff. Because if he did, that would have never happened.
Yeah, he's surrounded by people that want to be around. Like I said, man, you could end up surrounded by people that just want to be around you for your things. And that's another thing, man. You want to be, what's the word I'm looking for, man? You want to be mindful of the people you hang around. Some people just want to be around you because you got that paper. You see what I'm saying? And if that's the situation that you find yourself in, then, you're in a poor situation. But one reason that oftentimes when we grow, we move away from certain groups of people. We move away from certain people who might have been our best friend in middle school, high school, college. But by the time you get 45 and refined, you're just in a different space. They got an old saying, all water finds its level. If you rich, you probably need some rich friends, because rich friends understand the value of their time and their attention and their money. You see what I mean? And I don't know, man. To me, it feels like this situation could have been avoided, and it's just all big to do for nothing. Because at the end of the day, here's my problem, bro. At the end of the day, for 3 or 4 months, shout out to my man, International Quiet Storm. I'm trying to get another 4 super chats, but I don't know. But I want to close on this point. At the end of the day, the damage is done to the black man's image. So this is what I want to drive home to y'all. At the end of the day, for a week and a half, 2 or 3 weeks, we had black women beating us up and telling us how we don't protect black women, and how this woman got hit in the face by a black man and other black men didn't do anything about it. So what that means is we're violent, and we condone violence, and we condone violence against women, specifically black women. And that just feeds into that negative stereotype, that negative narrative. Now, it's one thing for us to say, well, that's those people's fault for believing it. But as I look at this situation, man, this whole thing could have been avoided. The whole thing could have been avoided by recognizing the red flags, and not entertaining women like that. Recognize those type of women are not good enough for you. You understand what I'm saying? I just want y'all to listen to me. And shout out to my man, Mr. Gills, and thank you so much. Some of those women are just not good enough for you. Passport bros in the chat room. Somebody type passport bros in the chat room. Recognize that a lot of these modern women in the United States, these get to bad culture, they're not good enough for you. I'm not talking about just avoiding a particular woman when you walking out the club with a ski mask on. I'm telling you to avoid the club, the city, and everything about it. These are the women that we're dealing with, these modern women here, and you brothers over in the UK, same thing for y'all. Y'all got the same issue with modern women. Somebody type passport bros in the chat room. And see, here's the thing. All of them jumped on this broad side. But at the end of the day, they respect her. What's the first thing they mentioned? Not that she lied on this black man, but that she got $40,000 in the GoFundMe. This is a get the bag culture. This is a get the money at all costs culture, fellas, and they willing to throw you up under a freight train to get it. You got to avoid women like this. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. You got to avoid the situations where women like this are going to be. It's the reason that you barely catch Uncle D out in these streets since 2014. It's the reason that after I started traveling overseas, I just said, I'm going to just do this passport thing. Because these broads they have lost their mind. We live in a nation of 304s. And you're going to keep have innocent black men being forced to be vindicated. And look, don't let that white gal fool you. She doing the same thing to that white man. Look at Johnny Depp. You understand me? The white woman is doing it. You can't run from the black woman to the white woman. Look at King the Conqueror. He just got done in by a white woman. And we all know she lying. It's these same modern women. So fellas, what I'm trying to tell you is avoid the whole situation, man. Get your passport. Well, anyway, my good brother, man, the contractor, it's always good to have you up in here, man. Always a pleasure to chop it up with fellas. And I know my message might seem a little harsh and it might seem a little extreme, but it's what's necessary right now, in my opinion. Because, I mean, what other options do you have? You've done everything you could to be the best man you could be. This brother sat up here and he looked like a nice fella. You know, he looked like he don't get in no trouble. You know what I mean? Clean cut, handsome young fella out there in the streets having a good time, well-spoken, well-dressed, nice car, and he get done up for doing absolutely nothing but inviting a woman to in his car and in his section. That's all he did. You can't even be polite to these broads. You can't be chivalrous to these broads. That's basically what this is telling me. So what other options do you have? Either you can be a monk, not do nothing at all. You can get you some porn and a variety of different lubricants, or you could do what men have done in the past when the spot is burnt, and you can go be a passport bro and go find you a decent woman who knows how to treat you and is into more than just the material aspects of what a man provides. Okay? That's what I got to say about that. This is Uncle D. I love y'all as always. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to this young brother. I'm not knocking you, young man. It happens. I just hate that you have to go through it. But other than that, this is Uncle D. I love you guys. And as I always say at this time, I'm out.